Hello and welcome to another OFP video. My name is Tom and today I will be looking at the 5% rule which relates to OFP's drawdowns. So what does it all relate to? The 5% pool, the rule is a part of the drawdown rules that we have in place, which includes also the 10% drawdown rule. We use the rules to protect both the company and also traders from large losses and to assist them in what is commonly one of the most difficult parts, which is the mental side, which is more to do with losses. So drawdowns are rules in the proprietary trading company sort of industry, which pertains to losses that are permissible on either daily, monthly, over a certain time period. So with OFP, the 5% rule is related to the daily maximum drawdown. And as I said before, it's a great way for us to instill and help promote proper risk management techniques, because as we've no doubt explained in some of our sort of other reels and content with our mental coaches, when you start to make losses, there's always that tendency that you may want to do more things to try and recoup some of the money. But with this rule where you don't really want to risk it in case you lose the account, it helps you sort of take a break and reset for the next day. So what is the 5% drawdown rule specifically? So it means that you're not allowed to lower the size of the account by more than 5% per day overall. I'll get to that bit a little bit later. So we operate a floating loss trigger. What this means is that if the balance drops below the 5% rule, even without having the trade closed, the account will be flagged and terminated. It also means that if you increase your account size within a 24-hour period, the reference point for the drawdown rule also increases, and I will get to this in an example in a little bit. And all 5% drawdowns and also other drawdown rules are referenced to the initial account balance. So, for example, the 5% rule on a £100,000 account would be £5,000. So let's look at an example. If you have a 100k account, your daily 5% drawdown limit is 5k. So once you've received your payouts at the end of the month, the overall daily drawdown limit is still only 5% of the 100k. So if you end the month on 105k, the daily drawdown is still 5k. It doesn't suddenly start adding or subtracting depending on what you have managed to do during the month. So furthermore, what we also see is that if you made losses on a 100k account of £6,000, this means that you would have gone over your 5% limit, and this would terminate the account. So that's right on the simple side of the 5% rule. On the slightly more complex side, which is why we're making this content, is that because we operate a floating one as well, and it's referenced to your highest account balance during a 24-hour period, if you earned £10,000 on a 100k account before lunch, and then proceeded to make a loss of 7k after lunch, your account will also be terminated because the 5% rule is being applied to the highest point during that 24-hour period, which is reset at midnight, which in this example means that your 5k would be in reference to the 110k. And therefore, because you've then lost more than 5k in that sort of period, your account will be terminated. What else should you know? The limit does not adjust at the end of the month if you do make any profits. This is just to make sure that as the account grows, you don't become more prone to risk, or your approaches to risk suddenly change. And you can end the month in a loss as long as you don't terminate, as long as you don't go over the 5% daily and the 10% monthly drawdown rules. What if you break the rule? If the rule is broken, the account is terminated. This is because we are not aware of your risk management methods, and we can't make assumptions that maybe it was just a small slip up, maybe it's just the approach you have, maybe it's mentality, or anything like that. We've just got to approach it in this kind of safe and clear way, which is why we make content alongside the rules, so that everyone has the best opportunity to understand what it is they're doing and how everything works. So I hope this video has been somewhat useful in explaining the 5% drawdown rule. Please feel free to go to ofpfunding.com, where we also have more details, more explanation, both written and on videos. If you are a member of the Discord community, please feel free to go there and talk with any of the support team if you need any more explanation. And also feel free to follow us on any of our social media. Thank you very much.